Hello guys, so this is the part 10 of my video series. In this video we are going to create a game. So we will make use of conditional statements, and we are going to make a very famous game like rock paper scissors. So as you already have played this game, so in this game there are three scenarios where a user can lose the game. Okay, so suppose player A have choose the rock and player B have chosen the scissors. So player 1 will win the game because rock will break the scissors. Similarly, second scenario can be like scissor can cut the paper, and third scenario can be like paper cover the rock. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see the coding. So what I will do, firstly I'll make a folder here. So I will say part 10 and I will create a file like game.py. So game.py. Okay, so as we have learned about the custom modules or modules in Python in our previous video, so we are going to use random module here. Okay, so I will import, I will say random. Okay, now we will create a list of the possible choices of user. Okay, what user can choose. So user can choose between three. First one is rock, second one is paper, and third one is scissors. So like say choices equal to 1 is for, sorry, in double quotes, 1 is for rock, okay, comma, second or 2 is for paper, comma, okay, what I'm missing, I'm missing the double quotes, okay, comma, third is for scissors, scissors. Okay, so I have created a list choices, the possible choices which user can make. Okay, now we will ask from user for their choices. Okay, so I will say user underscore choice, what user selects, and I will ask. So I will write input, enter your choice. Okay, oh sorry, choice. Okay, and we will give these option to them. So I will say first is for rock, 2 is for paper, and 3 is for scissors. Okay, scissors. Okay, and we don't need to write in this list. I have by mistake wrote in this my list, so I just wanted to give these option to user, so I have written in the input statement, and that will work for us. Okay, we will handle this in our if statement. Okay, so now we have asked for the choices. Now let's computer decide a choice or computer make its own choice. So for that I will make use of random function. So I will say comp choice, comp choice, okay, equal to, I will say random dot choices. So random dot choices, and I will say the choices list. So it will randomly select any value from the choices and it will print. Okay, so suppose let's comment this line and let me run this code. So run python file. Okay, what is, okay, I have to print this. I have to print comp choice. Okay, so now let's run this and see what happens. We run this. Okay, I will say cd part 10, I will say python game.py. It has selected paper. Now let's again run this. It has selected the seizures. So as you can see, computer is making random choices from this list, okay, using this random dot choice function. Okay, so now let's uncomment my user input. Now what will happen, user will enter his choice and computer will enter its choice. Okay, and both the choices will get stored in this choices function. Okay, so suppose now let's go ahead and write the condition. So first we will talk about tie condition. Okay, tie condition. So condition. Okay, so when tie will occur when both the choices will match, that like computer choice and the user choice will match, it will create a tie situation. Okay, so I will say if user choice equals computer choice, comp choice, so it's a tie. So we'll simply say print it's a tie. Okay, we are simply printing it's a tie. Okay, now suppose if user chose like paper. Okay, so I will say elif user chose something like paper, user choice equal paper. Okay, so when user will choose paper, so what can happen, if computer chooses rock, then computer will win, because when computer chooses rock, computer will lose. Why? Because paper will cover the rock, so user will win. Or if computer chose seizure, then computer will win, because seizure will cut the paper. Okay, so what we will do, we will check for, like, we can say something in this. If I will write another if comp choice equals what the choice should be, first say if computer chooses rock. Okay, so I will say rock. Okay, now print paper covers rock. Okay, so we'll print wow, paper covers rock. Okay, and then we will print you won. Okay, and else if suppose computer we have to give the condition. So suppose else if computer shows something like, we can say seizures. Okay, so computer will show something like seizures. Okay, seizures. In this case, what will happen, user have chose the paper and computer had chose the seizures, so computer will win, because paper seizure will cut the paper. So I will say and I will say seizure cuts the paper. Okay, you lose. Now understood up to this? So if user will choose paper and computer chooses rock, user will win. Or if user chooses paper and computer will choose seizures, then of course computer will win. Okay, Now let's copy and paste this condition for others. Okay, so it is in the case of I can say in case user chooses paper. Okay, now copy it again, so the comment also get copied, and now let's paste it here. Okay, so now let's suppose user chooses rock. Okay, user chooses rock. Okay, so in this, if computer chooses scissors, okay, if computer chooses scissors, then user will win because rock will break the scissors. So I will say, wow, rock breaks scissor. Okay, rock breaks scissors, you won. Okay, or if computer chooses paper, so computer will win because paper will cover the rock. So I will say paper covers rock, you lose. Okay, so when let's verify again. Let's say user chose rock, okay, and computer chooses something like seizure, so rock will break the seizure, so user will win. And user chooses rock and computer chooses paper, then computer will win because paper will cover the rock. We are good in both these two cases. Now let's go ahead and write the third and the last case, which is computer suppose user have chooses scissors. Okay, so let's say computer has user has chosen seizure. Now in this scenario, if computer chooses paper, if computer chooses paper, okay, paper, then you will win because seizure will cut the paper. So we can write seizure cuts paper, you win. Or if computer will choose suppose rock, okay, so if computer will choose rock, then what will happen? User will be defeated because seizure will break the rock. So the same conditions, rock break seizures, rock will break seizure, and user will lose the game. Okay, so now I have done, like, I have completed the code, but here are some mistakes. We are not maintaining the cases properly, so sometime I have written the paper by capital or something like this. So let's go and quickly fix this. Okay, so I have choose paper, okay, rock, rock, paper. Okay, now I will go ahead and convert the choices into proper case just to avoid any conflict. So I will say user choice equal to str dot we have to convert into sentence case. Okay, so we will go ahead and choose So we'll simply say str dot title and pass the user choice. Same we will do for computer choice. So I will do like comp choice equal to str dot title, and I will pass comp choice. Okay, what's happening, comp choice. Okay, now save this. Now let's go ahead and do a walkthrough. What we have done, we have imported a library random. We have taken the choices in choices variable, that is rock, paper and scissor. So we have taken user choices in user choice variable, and in input we are taking the value like one rock, paper and scissor. So if user is selecting something, the choices we are taking it in a variable user choice. Okay, now we are making random selections in the choices list for computer turn, and we are just converting it into the proper case so that we can compare it easily. Now after that, what we have done, actually this line is not required because we are taking the values from list, but let it be like this. I have written, so let it be like this. Okay, now if user choice equal to computer choice, then it's a tie, so it will be tie. Now if user choice is paper, computer choice is rock, then user will win, and if computer chooses scissors, then the user will lose the game. In case of rock, if computer chooses scissors, then user will win, and if computer chooses paper, then user will lose the game. Okay, in third scenario, if user chooses scissor and computer chooses paper, then of course the user will win because the scissor will cut the paper, and if the computer chooses rock, then user will lose because rock break the scissors. Okay, now let's go ahead and run this file. Okay, so as I have modified the code little bit, it was giving some error. So what I have done, I have just completed this, converted this to lowercase, and I am converting the user choice to lowercase and again comparing this with the user choice. Okay, now let's write something like computer chose, and then what computer chose, then the choice of the computer, so I will say comp choice. Okay, and then what user chose, I will say user chose, and then what the user chose. Okay, then what the user chose. Okay, now let's give a proper spacing between all these. Okay, let's put and here, so it will make more sense. Okay, now go ahead and run this file. Okay, so I will go ahead and run this file. I will say something like rock. So computer change paper and user change rock. Paper cover the rock, you lose. Okay, it's fine. Let's give it in another scenario. Run Python file. I will say this time I will say paper. So this time I will say paper and hit enter. Oh, computer chose scissors, so and we chose paper, so we again lose. Now let's give a try, like I will say scissors, SCI. Okay, so SCI SSORS and press enter. Oh, computer says rock and rock break the scissors, we again lose. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this code by your own. Hope you enjoyed this code. Bye bye.